Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and trannies named Will, welcome to an exciting episode of You've Already Peaked Gaming Podcast, featuring your host, Locarthemanbeast. Also featuring me, the LobsterDust. Hey, ho! Count them in! 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're a jive turkey, Tyler Perry looking ass, too much sugar in the tank, booty popping for no reason, motherfucker. And I hope if you ever get a brain injury, you come out the other side talking like Gilbert Gottfried, you Billy Ball, bitch.
Suck it, Will! How the fuck we doing?
Good, man. It's been a while.
Damn, dude. Damn. Imagine a perfect world, right?
Okay.
Imagine a perfect world where, you know, everybody can get together to do cool shit. Now imagine that.
Okay.
Right?
No.
No, I'm not done. Imagine that. People can come together to make things, and they aren't just fucking worried about, you know, like just like copyrights and shit like that. And you're just you're just cruising, and you just find this infomercial on TV, and it's all, now that's what I call 90s gaming volume 1. And it's just like a fucking emulator controller that you can plug in your PC, and you can just like, and they probably have emulators, but like a curated collection of like across all the like different genres and stuff like that. They got like the 90s. I feel like gaming, you'd almost have to do like early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s,
Early
late
2000s. For sure.
You know, you couldn't just do like a decade, but man, I was thinking that'd be sick.
I mean, I think now it's more about like game preservation, right? Like, obviously, those games aren't around anymore. It's so hard to get them. So, like,
but you're never getting the IP.
That's exactly right. It's like, why are you hammering it so much? Well, we can't make money off it. Who gives a shit? It's 30 years old at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, they will fucking nuke you into oblivion. They will send the FBI knocking on your door if you download the ROM the wrong way. But they'll never reuse like fucking like just like little shit like the Lost Vikings and fucking like just like, man, I was just thinking about like all the games that like I used to play but I don't play anymore because I don't have any of this shit anymore.
Apparently, check this out, because I was looking at like we were talking about like preservation. At a certain point, also, it becomes the classic car thing. I was reading this article.
Like if it can't pass smog, if it doesn't have to pass smog anymore, free market, right?
True, except for then it becomes like these rare things that don't exist anymore. If they're in perfect condition, I saw that if you had a sealed game release copy of Halo for the original Xbox, completely sealed from manufacturer, had the Xbox sticker on the side of it, no wear and tear, nothing like that. They're selling for something like, and I could be wrong on the price, but I think it was like $40,000.
That's stupid. I don't understand.
No,
that.
I don't either. But again, I understand like the collection person side of that, you know?
We were driving. What were we doing? I don't remember why we were in the area, but we just happened to be like in like Carmichael area.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I think fair, is it Fair Game? Retro something?
In Fair Oaks or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Carmichael, Fair Oaks. And I was like, oh, I think this is around here. Like, I just want to like stop in. So we stopped by and I looked, and like they've got like, you know, all of the they've got all the consoles and stuff like that. And it's just like a bunch of old games. And I was just walking around. Janica clearly did not understand, but you know, like you're just looking through when's the last time you saw a rack of like Nintendo 64 games in boxes?
Yeah, dude.
You know, and I was like,
seriously.
oh, just all the fucking feels, and I'm like, oh, you're looking through and stuff like that, and then like every now and then, like they're not like Nintendo 64 prices, like some of the ones in the boxes aren't. The ones that are like just like
Out of
in the
shelf,
cartridge and stuff like that, you're like, oh, this is cool. You're kind of like flipping through, and then you just like you see like a wild one, like I think the craziest one I saw was Mario Party 2 on GameCube was like $640. Like they had this rack where it was just like it wasn't even like by platform. It was just like these are expensive rare games, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was just a rack of just, and I was very surprised at like what was up there looking through it all. But man, the nostalgia when like you just see like some of the games I never even played. I just remember like the advertisements for it or seeing it there and being like, well, fuck, my mom wouldn't let me buy that one.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. That's always the thing too. Or like being in a time period where it's like, man, I really wish I would have played that game when it came out. And then still have never played it or whatever. And then you're like, oh man, I'm gonna go back and play this as like an adult or whatever. It doesn't hit the same because like our brains are wired to, you know, new age gaming. But again, there is something about that nostalgia of just playing for a little bit. We watched the Super Mario movie last night, and first off, it's not a great movie by any means necessary, but there's like little subtle things inside of the movie that like kind of take you back. Like the very opening scene when like Mario and Luigi are walking down the tubes, it shows level 1 of 2, right? And like in the Super Mario game, World 1, level 2 was when you went down to the first, like you went in the pipe and you were underground, like you know, area. So it was just like the little hits of nostalgia. It was like, yeah, we should play that game. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah, I remember I hadn't seen it, but I saw like a commercial. And I was like, this is fucking lame. Like, oh god. Like I'm watching the commercial, like the ad for it as it's like reeling through like YouTube, and then like there's like a field of like those fire flowers, and they're looking over it, and like just like little shit like that, and like the fish on like the water levels like jumping by, like little shit like that you're like, this is so. All right, that's kind of cool. Yeah. You know, it grabs you for just a second.
Yeah, they're like walking, and there's like a herd of Yoshi running in the background, and then the Yoshi like turned to look. You know, it's like, oh
yeah.
The game or the movie did well to like hit those points. The rest of it was, you know, but
yeah,
that's kind of where like things are nowadays. Like I'm just so new age stuff is weirding me out. I just can't. There's so few good things. Okay, we'll get into a few points. I want to talk about. I just read this thing yesterday. So there's this game that I was playing. It's an indie dev, solo indie dev, made a game. It's called Misery, right? And it's kind of like PS1 pixel graphics in that sense. But it's done really differently. So they've kind of, he's kind of mishmashed it to a bunch of different things together, where like the very start of the game is like 60 parsecs or like 60 seconds or whatever, where like if you've ever played that game, the very beginning of it, you go around, you've got 60 seconds to collect all the stuff you can, and that's your like starting stuff that you have, and then you get into like the apocalypse or whatever. And so this game is, you collect a bunch of stuff, you start the game, and then it's kind of like a survival crafting game, but every time that you load into your expedition or your world, it's like completely randomized. It's just completely procedurally generated to what's in there and what you can do and the things you can collect. It's still small as it comes to those types of games. But it's very Stalker-esque. You can see that it's got a lot of like, it pulls a lot from that Stalker vibe, like so many other games, like Chernobyl.
First person.
Yeah, it is. Chernobyl Light and different, you know, all the fucking mods for all the, you know, Stalker, old Stalker games. So it's just like really unique in its own right, and it's an indie game. It's like $15 or something like that. You know, nothing crazy. Single dev doing it. Yesterday, GSC World, who's the developers for Stalker and Stalker 2, put a copyright strike against the single dev and took his game down from Steam. And so kind of going back into, he's a young dude. And so he's like, I don't really know where this all come from. The only thing I can see is that people have found, back when I was like 16 or 17 years old, I said some shit that I thought I was edgy and cool for because I was a 16-year-old. And he's like, not really racist driven, but kind of like politically driven in certain aspects and certain things like that. He's not Russian. I thought he was Russian, but I tried to look into it. I don't think he is. But whatever he said, enough riled some people's feathers. And so I was thinking maybe
from years ago.
Yeah, from years. Well,
so he said something years ago, then did this separately from that.
Yeah.
And they were like, what the fuck did you say? Copyright strike?
Again, I don't know. There's no information that has come out of this.
Okay, what did he say?
I don't. See, that's the thing. It's really hard. I've been trying to hunt for it because I'm like, I want to know what he said. I want to know if he like said some really like harsh shit against like Ukrainian.
He's like, all the money I make with this fucking game, I'm gonna build a time machine and we're gonna bring Hitler back to life.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what could he have said when he was 16 that years later somebody found it and they're all nuke this kid?
Well, not only that, but like if you look at the bigger people in the gaming industry, is like Randy Pitchford. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, but it is also fucking.
Ooh, can we deep dive Randy Pitchford's fucking?
Yeah. I don't
take
know.
it back to 2010.
I don't know if you want to check that search history, man. Like that.
But give me it all.
It is also wild that like GSC is like the one company that's like, we went through such hard times to make our game because of the war and all these things, and then like, and produce Stalker 2, and everybody's been kind of hating on Stalker 2 because it's been so fucking buggy and broken. They've been working their ass off to get it up and running. It's a good game. It's a phenomenal game. But like they're like they're kind of the poster child for like struggling developer to make things work, and like everybody should support anybody who can to make a game, especially after all their shit with their previous game and then opening up, and like everybody has taken the original games and just beaten the shit out of them with mods and different like overhaul packs and all these things to just go after a single dev to copyright strike it. It's a wild experience to watch happen in real time.
I'm trying to find
info on what he said.
No.
Oh.
No, there's this I don't know if he's, to be honest, I don't even know if it's real, right? But this guy came up like, and it was like a video, it was like, you fucking assholes kept bugging me. Like, from my understanding, he's one guy making a game, and the game really doesn't have much of a point. I think he started out like making a game, and he's like, oh, look, like this is what I'm doing. And somebody was like, add cigarettes and gambling to it. And he's like, okay, I'll add cigarettes and gambling. So like he puts like a roulette wheel in there, and you can like buy cigarettes. And he's all, yeah, it makes sense. Like you want to smoke cigarettes while you're gambling. So he's all put fishing in there. And so like I don't know what the point of this game is. I don't even know what, God, and I want to find it so bad, but it's like, it's kind of, graphics are kind of like a step back from like WoW, if you will.
Okay.
Maybe a little more towards what's that? Get bonked? What's that game you were just playing that everybody was playing for a little bit?
Bonked. Jesus Christ. Mega Bonk.
I'm right there.
Mega Bonk.
Yeah, Mega Bonk. So it's kind of like that, but it's like third person. And from my understanding, it's like open world, but like I don't know where his direction was, but it's very clear now that he's just letting the fucking prisoners run the prison. Like, cause people are just like screaming, like, put this. He's like, okay, they're all put in finger guns. So like, there's like an emote where he does the finger guns, but he's like, that seemed weird. So like now randomly while you're walking around, targets will just start like falling from the sky, and if you hit all of them, like it'll give you like a prize. Like this guy's just like making this like weird funny game. God, we need more shit like that.
Yeah, just weird out there. I've started playing some weird out there stuff.
What's fucked? I don't even know if it's real. Now that I'm like saying it to you, like, oh, this could be cool. who knows if it's real? This could just be a guy fucking around with AI, making like TikTok content, and I'm falling for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking sick of AI. Kind of. It's also great.
Yeah, dude. There it is.
It's kind of great, but I'm in like one of those like group chats where it's just like fucking. It's like dudes that like we went to like high school with that like I talked to. I can't remember the last time I saw one of them, but like for some reason we're in a group chat and there's like 3 of them that are like overly horny and all they're posting is like fucking like OnlyFans girls. Like, oh, check out this bitch. And like granted, like, damn, that ass. But I rarely open it. When I do, it's just like clear the messages and keep going.
Yeah.
And I saw one, I was all, God damn. And then I start looking at it, like these guys have been simping over, like this is clearly AI.
Yeah.
This is like you are falling for it.
Yeah.
Like how do you not know too?
See, that's the thing because they're
getting all the views. It's not real. It's not real.
But it doesn't need to be, right? As long as it gets you there.
I guess. I don't know. There's fucking. This is my like join the resistance, fight Skynet movement. Sure.
I mean,
you know, you're taking fucking thick Latinas from us.
We also like how far do we go back to?
We're going to Colombia and we're fighting the fucking war.
How far do we go back and apologize for hentai? Like if we're simping over AI. Dude, I'm sorry, I gave you so much shit over the tentacle board.
That's a stretch. Fucking God. I feel like everybody saw this one. Wild City? Have you seen that? It's like a deep cut, like 97, 98. I think it's the first time that I saw, I don't know, is hentai like the anime porn?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the first time this kid that I went to karate with at like Orr Brothers was like, check this out. And like, he was very into like anime and like Dragon Ball Z and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I could never get into Dragon Ball Z. I wish I could because I do think like it's all there. I just couldn't sit and watch it.
No, I agree.
But anyways, he slid this to me and I watched it. It was like this monster sexy bitch that had like a teeth vagina. And there's a lot of like weird tentacle porn. And that's like the first thing. I had no clue what I was in for. I like snuck that into a DVD player upstairs. I was like, oh. And it was just like a formative moment where I was like, what the fuck is going on in Japan?
Yeah.
And I gave it back to him. Later, my friend Zach, he had it. And he's all, you seen this? I was like, I have. And he's like, how have you seen it? And I was like, yeah, that kid from fucking karate. And I feel like it went around. Anyways, I've seen it once in like 2001.
It stuck with you for the rest of your life.
No, all of a sudden, it was like a TikTok, and like it's like just the scene of like the tentacle going in and it pulls out. And it's in that. I was like, oh shit, I know this. Like I felt so creepy and weird, but like that visceral reaction of oh, and then like they showed it and they're panning down, but they didn't get to like the spider teeth vagina thing. Yeah.
Well,
see,
and that's kind of what we were talking about like last week.
But that was all hand drawn.
Yeah,
fuck you, AI.
That's exactly right. That was.
But then you take it to like one of those AI things where it's like beans and toast with like an egg that turns into a talking human. Ugh, give it that script.
Oh man. See, like that.
How far can we stretch the boundaries of what should and shouldn't be?
I'm pretty sure it's already there. I just don't think I'm brave enough to Google it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure.
You've heard of the dark web. That's the darkest web.
That's in the closet with the light off. Like, I'm not really sure I want to look in there.
Fucking, I'll just watch beheading videos.
Oh, my God.
Fucking AI, man.
Dude, it sucks because more and more now, I'm just like, I'll watch things and then I'll watch it a second time to be like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is it?
And that's what's pissing me off. Because some things that are coming out, like I see, are super interesting or dope or fun or funny or whatever. But now it's like, it's so hard to fact check something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it used to be.
You have to go to an AI to fact check.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
know?
If you're using an AI to fact check an AI, that's fucking weird.
At what point are they just buds and they're like, they got like a handshake, like head nod deal? Like,
exactly.
I won't tell.
Exactly.
No, this is super real. Comes from Scandinavia, and you're like, that tracks.
Also,
that is odd.
How did AI make it this far, but NFTs didn't?
I saw it was like it looked like maybe like Gundam style, like suit mech NFT, and somebody said at its height this sold for $18.5 million. It's now listed for $410.
What a steal. What a steal.
Yeah. Oh man.
At that point, you're just paying for the dopeness of like the art or the thing, not for the blockchain. Like you're not paying for the actual NFT value of it. You're just paying because that thing is dope.
It's God, what a wild time. Whatever happened to, was it Web 2.0?
Yeah, 3.0.
Was that the
3.0?
3.0?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's like, what happened to all these? I know NFTs are like gone. But what, like Web 3.0 was supposed to be like a new version of the internet,
well,
right?
It still exists. I mean, that's still where all of crypto is. It's on Web 3.0. Like all of crypto is through that.
This is my understanding of crypto. I have oh, okay.
But it's dead because people aren't trying to market the blockchain the way that they were before, because I think everybody realized the pyramid scheme of it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
or the reverse pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
It's funny because watching crypto, it's wild because Bitcoin still sits so fucking high. And like Bitcoin and Ethereum still have so much value to it, but I think it's because
they have utility.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's been integrated for so long, you know?
Yeah.
I watch my Doge account just do this all day long, and it's like, you know? I bought it as a meme for like $100 and I got like 2,000 shares. You know, if it makes money, it makes money. If not, like I've already written off that $200 fucking 5 years ago at this point, you know?
Yeah. So it's getting
to look a lot like Christmas.
Yes. We're closing in on the Game Awards. Shroud is now openly throwing his support for Arc Raiders Game of the Year. I still think it has to be Claire Expedition.
I think it will be because
Arc Raiders, don't get me wrong, is great. I just don't think it's Claire.
Okay.
I think when you look under the scope of like what Game of the Year should be, if Claire wasn't there, I think it could have been.
Here's the thing, especially with like what Shroud was saying. He did make a point. He's like, the multiplayer community is the minority when it comes to video games that could get Game of the Year.
Yeah.
And a game that is this good, that is like able to be captured by so many, like that is the contender, right? Like that's the idea of where it can be. And I agree with that. The thing is that the thing about Claire is
the story behind
exactly.
it. The story within it, the style,
the game, the music,
the success,
the fucking art, everything.
God, the cutscenes.
Yeah, the
shit plays like they're doing a movie, right?
I think it was in the talks or like a TV show or something like that, but who knows how far that's gonna go. I mean, it would make the most sense to make it like a fucking like Netflix
Glenn
series.
Mr. fucking Super Sexy Hollywood, Glenn Powell.
Mm-hmm.
That guy he was like Top Gun and all this shit like that. He like at like a red carpet thing was like, I would love to play the protagonist for like a movie adaptation or something for like Claire. So it's like it's within like pretty mainstream talks.
And that's the thing. That's I think where Game of the Year starts to really look at is like if a game like that as indie and unsupported and wherever it comes from, like unsupported, you know, but can reach further than just its niche genre gaming community, that's where you like start to look at it being like, like Baldur's Gate was talked about by everyone.
Yeah.
That made sense. Claire was talked about. Now, the one thing that Claire does have writing against it in itself is the fact that it came out so early in the year.
Yep.
And
people start to forget.
Well, not just forget, but so much more stuff it's the ADHD brain of the gaming community is that this was dope, but then something else came out to occupy your time, and then something else came out, and like it's not just the forgetting point, but now the thing that's directly in front of you, that's the hot food, you know? Yeah. Like you'll always have, you know, we'll always have the ability to go back and look at you know, oh, I had a really good dinner in Paris, but you know what was fucking good? That pizza I had last night, you know?
Yeah, fire, exactly. Dude. We were just that perfect level of drunk where like the it fucking hits. It wasn't like piping hot, you know, it sat just a little bit.
But pizza. I will tell you, man, Arc Raiders,
it's a lot of fun.
It's so much fun. I will say I've been watching a lot of people, especially on the subreddit, being like, the PvP has to go.
Yeah. And it's like, you fucking soft bitch motherfuckers. I guess I get from like, if you've never played Tarkov, if you've never played like the thing where like, that's the point. Like you're supposed to have that fucking anxiety. You're supposed to fucking try to VoIP your way out of shit that you know that you can't win, exactly. You know?
Or my thing is remove the emote wheels, like don't shoot comms, right? Because that's what people are using. Like you meet up with people like don't shoot, and like you're like, okay, cool, don't shoot, and then they instantly blast you, and it's causing you're instantly getting this like almost PTSD thing.
Well, I'm sorry. If somebody says don't shoot, you still have the right to shoot. Like,
well, no, I agree. I agree.
You know, VoIP emote, like figure out like your line of communications and stuff. But like, this is not a looter shooter; it's an extraction shooter.
It is, and I think that's what people are missing because the game is gone. People are trying to compare it to Tarkov because it's really the only extraction shooter that's left in a sense. But this game for me is more like the Cycle.
Yeah.
Like 100% way more closer related to the Cycle than it is. And even still, because of that, the PvP feels a lot like Cycle, where it's like, there's a lot of questionable points, but people aren't going in to raids to do the Tarkov experience, which is like not just hit missions, but also the PvP aspect of it, which is a lot of Tarkov. This is a lot of like, I'm just here to gather a fuck ton of apricots and leave. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm here for, you know? And it's like, so it's, and because things spawn in very specific locations and things like that, it feels more like direct focus. Like you can run into people that are doing the same thing. And like I've had good and bad experiences. Like I've had experiences where like I've run into people solo missions and then been like, hey, you know, I'm just doing this shit. Like you can put me down if you want, but you're not getting anything other than a fuck ton of scrap. You know, and then it's like, oh, okay, cool. And I've gotten into situations where it's been like PvP aspect, like, man, I just loaded in. The guy's like, me too. I'm like, all right, we're doing this. We're doing this. All right, fucking just, and then run it out. What I've started doing though, and I'm not like some, like, put me on the cross saint, but like, I'll take a defib with me and I'll down someone I got into PvP with, and then I'll pick them back up with a defib. All right, man, go about your way. You know what I mean? And like, you get this almost like people who like, I picked a dude up and I was like, all right, man, you're good. And he's like, why'd you pick me up? I was like, oh man, we had a good PvP match. You want to lose all your shit? I don't want to lose all my shit. And he's like, oh, and then like dropped me a bunch of stuff. I was like, cool, man, I'm getting out of here. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, we had a good PvP match. I'm not going to fucking, you know, I'm not going to steal all your stuff. What do you got on you? What do I care? You know, I'm literally here for scrap. Like I'm just doing a mission and picking up stuff so I can craft items. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like I got into a thing, this dude was fucking tagging a dude on a roof, and he was like, corner peeking like the wall looking over it, and I snuck up behind him. I just fucking took a hammer and just beat the shit out of him. And he's like, "You're such a fucking cock." And I was like, "Dude, 2 guys went down out there. You're sitting up in the fucking tower. I'm not taking any chances." He's like, "They're shooting at me." And I was like, "Oh." He's like, "I'm a solo guy. These 2 guys, we're in a solo match." He's like, "Those 2 guys, like, obviously have teamed up. They're shooting at me." I was like, "Yeah, but who shot first, Han?" And he's like, "Whatever it is, I have the disadvantage." Cool. Defib them, picked him up, and we went and pushed those other 2 guys and knocked him down. You know what I mean? So like, there's this weird bit of the PvP that I think needs to exist in that game. I don't think it needs to go anywhere.
No, not at all.
But I do respect the idea of, because crafting is so like meh, I feel like there should be more to the PvE. Downing like arcs, like realistically, unless you're like running blues or purples, it is not really easy to put down like leapers or bastions and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like that's a whole event. You're doing that as a group content thing. Like you're not doing it as a solo player. And that's difficult as a solo player. I went in with a shit ton of like showstoppers and a bunch of like what were they, the wasp ones that like I could throw them on the ground,
wasp drivers,
shoot them so they fucking stun the enemy. And like I went and take down a bastion. I went through and I took the anvil and like 400 rounds of heavy ammo. And shit just did not go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as a solo player, you look at that being like, "Oh, okay, that's cool. I can't do that. I can't do that, not without people. And if I'm running solo, that's really hard too." So then you just like try to randomly get into games with people, and that's toxic as well.
Yeah.
It is the addiction though, right now. I can't stop thinking about Arc Raiders.
It's definitely that exciting stage, you know, when you're still figuring shit out, when there's not like a billion guides. There's not like this just commonly circulated knowledge on everything that you need to do or what you need to do or what the next mission's going to be. It's fun living in a game during that stage.
Yeah, that was where we were with the cycle though too, and look where that ended up. I am trying to be tempered.
Well,
because here's the thing.
So
cheaters are going to cheat.
There's already cheaters in Arc Raiders.
I know.
Yeah. They do have the thing where if you report them and stuff like that, they give you everything that was on your character. Ironically, kind of what Cycle was trying to do when they were faced with their thing. The make or break is how they deal with the cheating, how bad it gets. If it turns into what the Cycle had, it's kind of dead in the water real quick.
I mean,
which sucks.
Which is also why I'm like, it doesn't hurt for the game to have a more structured,
just like
PvE,
a map that's just,
or not just, maybe not even just a map, but just like more of the PvE. Like, I feel like running from place to place and just there's not a lot of shit to loot, or there's not a lot of, like the missions are really boring. And it's like, if there was more involvement to that, it would feel more engaging. That like, even if you got down by a cheater or whatever, you're not really losing too much stuff. Because when I just do mission runs, I'm just clicking free character and I'm just running to missions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's like, if you down me, who gives a shit? I'm not losing anything. Whatever I picked up in the game, I've lost, but it's not like I'm losing anything of my own, right? Like, I haven't made it out with that. So, and though the one good thing I can say is that they don't really require you to take anything in with you to raid to complete missions. Like, all the missions there are just like available for you to do. So it's like, if you do die or you go down, you're not losing out on like some special item that
like
you
a
have
key card that you had to bring in.
Well, key cards for sure. I just shove those in my butt pouch when I'm doing stuff or whatever. But, and especially
for free though, right?
Huh?
No butt for free though, right?
No butt for free. No butt for free. But that's one of those things, like, you just do one free run, take all the free loot off, put all the free loot back on, and then stick a thing in your butt pouch.
Yeah.
The one free container you get, you can trade in for any of the green item augments, and then you just put a key card in your butt and then go back in with your free loadout again. So I mean, it's workable, it's doable, you know. It's still in its infancy, and that's where I'm like, I'm excited for it but also scared for it, you know, because people are
They released a roadmap.
I know, I saw.
I didn't see what was all on it. I know they're adding another new map this month.
Yep, they're finishing off the last map that's been locked out, and then 2 new arcs are coming out that no one knows anything about.
The arcs are getting a little crazy.
Yeah,
like I've seen videos of it's like, oh, first queen takedown, first king sighting. It's like, dude, like I give fucked. Me, Cliff, and Sean fought a Rocketeer for fucking 20 fucking minutes, and none of us had any heals, any ammo, any grenades, anything left. We basically fought that and then had to run away from everything else and just get the fuck out.
Yeah, I've started realizing, like, if you're gonna fight a big arc, a Leaper, a Bastion, or the Rocketeer, you're going in with the goal to fight that. Like, you, unless if you happen to get
happened to, yeah, we just like oh, it's just one of those. One person starts screaming, it does its angry fucking red stare,
yep,
and it's like, okay, fuck, we're in it. So I can't imagine, like, with how much we struggled against that, how something like those giant fucking queens and shit like that are.
I do like the difficulty of the arcs in a certain aspect, because, and this is just me being uber nerd about it, but like the lore kind of played into that a lot, right? So I read all the codex and like the backstory and stuff for the game, and it's like, okay, so basically an extinction event happened, Earth was falling apart, everybody was dying, there was nothing they could do. A group of people started building ships to go out into space to get off the fucking planet, right? So what happened is, an extinction event happened, people like bunkered down. When they came up, they were like, we got to get off the planet, there's no resources. They built a bunch of ships, they took off to space. When they took off to space, all of a sudden, all the robots started showing up to space, or to Earth. They started coming from, so all Ark seemed to be alien in a sense. Don't know if they're anything more than that, but whatever. Boom, boom, boom. So that was called First Wave or some shit like that. And then all the people fought back against them, and all the barons and stuff all got destroyed. Finally, they were able to complete it, but it was like a fucking whole-on war. It was just this huge thing. And then all of a sudden, okay, that's all done. We finished that, and what we're in is called the second wave or whatever. All of a sudden, people are like, okay, we're back to, like, we finished the war, we've survived. Let's kind of start to repopulate and get things going. Let's scavenge, get what we can. And then the next wave of arcs came down, and they're even more powerful than the first wave. So because they're even more powerful, they've been like upgraded, they're fixed out. It does seem well to be like, you're just a regular scavenger, and then all of a sudden these fucking arc are here, and it's like, well, you can't, like, it took a whole group of people in an army to fight a war to stop these things. You're just one dude trying to pick up fucking lemons on the ground. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it is cool to be like, there's more run and hide than there is fight. And it feels very much like, what was it? Forever Winter. Remember that game that came out a while back? It was a lot of like that, where it was like, you're not supposed to take on these giant beasts. You're just there for the scavenging aspect.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It just seems cool. It seems like it's so smart. And these guys, they do a good job, right? Like, these are the guys that did the finals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They do a good job. They got,
and the finals, for what it's worth, was a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, man. I mean,
you know, there's nothing wrong with the game.
No. I mean, it's the people, right?
Felt good. It played good.
Yeah. Sweats just took over.
Just can't let us enjoy one fucking thing.
But I mean, that's what I'm looking at. This, the world is cool. The world building, each of the maps are super unique and fun and just interesting in their own right. And there's like a lot of cool shit that you can do with it. It just, I've got some things I'm just like, I just don't get why, like, let me respec my fucking skill points. Day one, when I started the game, I had no idea what I was doing. Why is there no respec? And their whole thing is like, we'll finish the expedition. It's like, well, what do you mean? Well, you hit 20, you can start an expedition thing. If you finish
basically prestige, right?
You prestige, yeah. You get to keep all your stuff and restart back over. And I'm like, okay, that's super cool. I do like that idea. It is a lot of fucking material. A lot of material to prestige. Like an ungodly amount of material. So you're talking about like someone... I don't have a ton of time. You know what I mean? So that means every day I get in, I have to go in with the focus of just grinding the expedition so I can hit it, because it ends at the end of November. I don't know if it's like only month long or whatever, because they're doing a full wipe in December.
Okay.
It's on a wipe schedule. They're going to be doing wipe schedules of this.
But that's like the expedition party.
No, I think like they're doing I think the expedition party now is just like for prestiging, so you can get better stuff as the
so it's gonna wipe regardless.
I think it's wiping regardless.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's going to continuously wipe, because that's also like a maybe I'm okay with that. Like, is that okay?
I don't know. I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter much to me because I have no clue what I'm fucking doing. But I can't imagine if they're going to add a lot more content, have more missions, stuff like that, like things that you really have to like grind, that like all of a sudden a wipe fucking hurts, you know?
Well, and I'm wondering more or less now if the wipe is because of where the roadmap is. They're introducing new map, new monsters, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, that makes sense. Throw a wipe in there so we can kind of like reset everything back. You've now seen everything.
Yeah.
You now know how the game works. Here's a wipe, go from there. And then if it's persistent, but then that's like, that could be the killer for the extraction shooter itself, is like a year down the road, if there has been no wipe and you're just like getting into the game with like a, you know,
just stagnant, like, okay, I've done all this.
I've got an anvil and like there's just some dude with a minigun just melting. Have you seen the people that are not extract, but entrance camping? So you know how so there's 2 waves of the game. So everybody spawns in at 30 minutes and then everybody spawns in at like 16 minutes or like 18 minutes or something like that. There's 2 waves of people that spawn in the game. So that way there's constant. So if you're in the game long enough and you get into a spawn that like you get a shorter time period because you came into a late game already, what people are doing is they're going by the entrances or whatever, and they're camping them. And they're putting mines down and shit. So when people spawn in, they run out, they just blow up instantly and then get down. And then someone goes and it's like, ugh, that's gross.
That's
yeah, that's gross. Cohen said something. He was like, you know, the thing is that the people who play this game, like, that's who they really are in real life. They show their true person. So it's like, don't shoot. And you're like, all right, don't shoot. And then they down you. He's like, those are the people you can't trust in real life.
Yeah. I mean, fair.
How's Dispatch?
It's incredible.
Game of the year incredible?
No. Ooh. But I would be mind blown if it didn't get some award for something. Just like it feels like interactive, like Vox Machina, like writing. Well, obviously, Critical Role has a big part in the game.
Yeah. And a bunch of people that used to work for Telltale Games did it too. So
all of the writing is top tier. The animation is great. The story is great. Get you invested. If they release like they just released like 2 new episodes, and then November 11th 2 more episodes are coming out. If they kept doing that in perpetuity, I think I would keep buying them forever. Like any DLC. It's just great storytelling, you know, for the cost of a little more than what a DVD was to us.
Yeah.
You know, and there's like multiple ways to like play it, because it's kind of one of those like decision games, like, oh, I'm going to do this. So like you're kind of more aligned to this side or this side. And there's all these little different interactions that like when you do it, you see like the thing up top, it says like, oh, so-and-so will remember that, or this group will remember that.
Right.
Like how you carry yourself in the game kind of affects the story later on. It's just, it's funny. It's funny. It's smart. It's just good.
I've seen clips on it, and it's like, it does seem like it's just brilliant writing. But that's also what I would expect from a bunch of people that worked at Telltale. Like, did you ever play like The Walking Dead Telltale, or like Tales of the Borderlands, or the Batman?
No.
Fuck, dude. Tales of the Borderlands for sure is
maybe I'm thinking about a different company.
Telltale used to do.
I have a bunch of, because me and Janica would sit and play like The Quarry, Until Dawn. Like we were super into those games for a little bit, and we have, I think it's Telltale, like where you start out and you're like on a boat. We bought like a pack of a bunch of like different games that are all kind of like that. I thought it was them, but I've never heard of Tales of the Borderland, the Batman game, anything like that.
Oh shit, yeah. So Telltale Games used to do all of those, like what you're basically playing with Dispatch. Like that's what it is. And like, so that company kind of went defunct after a while. They had a bunch of issues. It was right after they picked up 7 Days to Die for console edition, and they made the console edition, and then their whole company fell under. And they just recently came back together, but all those old developers or whatever had parted ways and done their own thing for a long time. And then they got back together and made Dispatch or whatever. The Walking Dead game I think it was the first one they did. I'm almost positive it was. But holy shit, that was the one that had like Clementine in it, and like the whole storyline around like this guy and this little girl. It was very Last of Us, Joel-esque type of thing. But like, man, that was a heavy story. And then, you know, they did the Batman one, which was a lot of fun. I can't remember what it was, Joker's Night or some shit like that. I don't remember what it was called. They did a few other ones, and then they put out Tales from the Borderlands back around pre-sequel time period. Woo, boy, that is comic gold. Like the writing, everything about it. Like that is a phenomenal game. And they came out with a second one recently, past couple of years ago, Tales from the Borderlands 2 or whatever. And they all like tie in. They're all in between the Borderlands games, like, and stuff like that. But holy moly, what great games. Just great writing, like fun experience overall. So if that's what Dispatch is, I'm all for it.
It's like our humor,
yeah.
You know, but it's like surprising because like the story's good, and then like they say some shit, and it's like you're just like giggling, you know.
Talk about it, our
It's
humor. Good. I watched the new Naked Gun with Liam Neeson.
I almost started. I started it, but then I had shit to do, and I was like, I want to like actually sit and watch this.
That is an actually sit and watch. Don't put it on the background. That is fucking hysterical. One of my biggest things that I was worried about was that they weren't going to be able to capture the Leslie Nielsen time period comedy.
It's hard to.
It is, but I was more worried about the fact that we've come so far into the future that like comedy like that is like taboo now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you just can't do certain things and get away with it. And this movie does not give a shit. They were like, fuck it. We're just going to do it exactly like it, make it like, and it is so fucking good. And it's like, it's the classic stupid comedy where, you know, it's not like, you know, in the original Naked Guns, they would like have a body doing something, but you knew it was just like a dummy and like its legs just kind of wiggled everywhere. You know, like you could obviously tell it was a dummy. That's in this movie. You know what I mean? One of my favorite, like in the
Wrongfully Accused.
That
was my
yes.
God, yes. Got to be one of my favorite movies.
100%.
Was he behind? Maybe it wasn't him. What was the one where it was like all like a spoof of all the different like Casino and Godfather movies? Yeah, that was him too. Yeah,
it wasn't him. No, he wasn't in.
No.
But that was that
what a fun type for movies.
Yeah, you know. But that was what I was worried about. Again, could you capture that type of humor and resonate with me, the person that enjoyed that type of humor, and have that same thing and not feel like you're just doing a remake or whatever? Yeah. Oh my God, Brad, there's this thing where he's at a crime scene. He's looking at something. And he's like, oh, what's that? And he's looking, and he grabs like a rubber glove and he puts it on his hand so he can grab the evidence, and then reaches down with the hand that doesn't have the glove on it. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's all subtle. It's super subtle. So like, that's what the humor is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the whole thing is like, they're cops or whatever, right? So they always got coffee. So no matter where they are, they got coffee in their hand. And then like someone else walks up, they're like, hey, we got to talk to you. And he like throws the coffee down. Someone else hands him a cup of coffee. Or like, they're just like, we got to get in here. They put coffee down on the table, but there's like 20 coffee cups and they just shoving it. It's fucking hysterical. I put it on and I was editing and I was like, I'll just watch it in the background. I stopped everything and was just like belly laughing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like, oh, it was so funny. It's so funny. Oh God. And it's like, it's to the point where the humor in it is so over the top. You know what I mean? Like they keep going so much. Like it almost seems like it to anybody else that doesn't have a sense of humor, that's just an icebox, would be like, this is stupid. But anybody's like lower than 100 IQ that watch it would just love it. You know what I mean? It's one of those perfect things.
I gotta give it time then.
Yeah. Oh, let it marinate too. I watched it and then instantly I was like, I almost felt like I need to watch it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like one of those.
Yeah.
Oh God. I didn't laugh that hard and I needed it too. I was like, man, I need good humor right now. And I just giggled, man. I just giggled. Oh. On a we haven't really sandwiched anything. There's not really been anything negative in this episode. We've been pretty freaking positive. Kids nowadays are referencing the Great Depression as the 2008 financial collapse.
What?
Yeah. Not the Great Depression, but when we talk about the Depression, apparently they teach in schools the Depression was the 2008 financial collapse. Just so you're aware.
I've always wanted to get like, whatever, I don't even know if they call it social studies still. But you remember social studies in like middle school?
Yeah.
You kind of learn a little bit about everything in the world. I would love to get one that was accurately translated from like a different country.
Yeah.
And just to see like what similarities are actually there.
Or
even just like fucking take it from like what we learned to right now and direct comparison and just see.
I also wanted to, this is something I in high school I used to think about when we took like world history class. I want to take world history in a different country and learn about what they teach America. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
see like what that like entails. Because like we always learn some weird shit for world history about a bunch of different places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like when it,
what are they disseminating about us?
Yeah, exactly. There? Because like really realistically, like when you get into US history and you start learning about US history, there's a lot of things you're like,
they're all. And then President Jack Daniels created Las Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
And fucking the Rat Pack was in Congress. And like I don't know. I don't know what they would teach about us, but I've got to imagine we'd be like, ooh.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Probably wouldn't feel great.
I almost want to become a teacher. What age range would you, I guess, allow me to teach? But I just feel like that would be a wild situation because
no, you have to be a
senior.
Yeah, no, yes, a senior year, because you would be the one, and you got to like all the parents, like you would have to have them come in like first day of school with their parents, like sign a waiver. I will smack your children.
Yeah. I'm going to
give them that love that like they need in the world.
I'm going to
day
talk
one
to them.
Everybody is standing up and at least punching each other in the face just once, just so they know like what it feels like.
Yeah.
Because there's too many assholes running around that run their mouth that have never gotten hit in the fucking face.
Yeah. I'm not going to use.
What class is that? We're teaching the class of hard knocks. I'm teaching them real life shit here. This is supposed to be science.
What is it? Living on your own class or whatever?
Home ec.
Yeah, exactly. I teach home ec. Here's one ramen. Okay. You have
you gotta make it last 3 days.
Yeah, you have a pot that's burnt to shit. Cook a meal, survive. It's a that web comic or whatever was it's the comparison between games and like Dark Souls games or whatever. And this is when Dark Souls first came out. It's like every other game, and it's like, oh, is baby hungry? Here comes the airplane. Like, no, I don't want that. Like, come on, open up, blah 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 blah. Like, yay, they ate it. And then like the next scene is like, Father, I'm hungry, and he like throws a sword down, and then like puts like the food in like a mimic, and he's like, get your meal. Like, oh man.
Yep.
Well, all right. Yep. Well, we have to really sit down in the next couple of weeks and start grinding out our list for Game Awards.
Yep. We'll get Aaron working on a fucking Google Doc.
Yep. And put some things together.
Making the contenders for the categories.
I think
it's gonna be a tough year.
It is gonna be a tough year. At the very beginning, well, not the very beginning, the halfway through the year, I was like, dude, there ain't shit out, man. Mm-hmm. Like, this is gonna be easy. As the tail end of the year has wrapped up, man, there has been enough. Like,
yeah, they're dumping some stuff, but I think the categories won't be as easy to fill as they were like last year. You know, last year it was like, okay, like we're gonna realistically have like 4 per category, right? Didn't seem that hard. Well,
I think we shrink the categories and shrink the people that are in them, and no cross categories. I think that's, well, no, cross categories are fine, right? So like you could have arc raiders in multiple different sections if need be. I think if we did something like that, it would make voting feel a little bit better. Plus it would also be able to see how we would justify like winning multiple things. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you were to look at it and say game of the year, well, did that game also take all the other categories as well? I mean, if they were in it, like you're not going to put a fucking sports category and then be like, yeah, Dispatch won, you know, but for the most part, I mean,
developer of the year, just the Saudis.
Yeah. That's also been wild too, man. Watching all the EA stuff. They've been pretty hush hush on certain things, but they've been
2026 is gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be wild, dude. I cannot.
You know, they're in a boardroom. They're like, we're not going to talk about this yet. This is our roadmap, and people are like, I don't think, and they just immediately take the hand.
Yeah, exactly. I saw
fucking scimitar like Indiana Jones.
I saw a spoof post or whatever. It was like now that the Sims is over with the Saudis, like these are the new updates, like rolling updates that are coming for the Sims. It's like you can marry like a child, like your wife is not allowed outside for like more than 6 hours. You know, it's shit like that. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. That'd be a fun mod for a bit.
Oh man. Do you remember my buddy Kyle Clark?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting married. He's finally getting married. And he called me and was like, oh, I want you to be the best man, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, all right. So like, where are we doing this? He's like, oh, in October of 2026, he's going to do it out in Columbus, Ohio, where they live. And it's all right, cool. So now he's like, hey, we want to do a bachelor party or whatever. And I'm like, okay. He was like, yeah, I was thinking about coming out to California and doing like a snow trip and renting a cabin and doing all this. I was like, this sounds dope. We should do that. And then recently he's like, oh, some of the guys want to do it out here in like New York. So we do all like cabin, like an Airbnb, and then go and fly out. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, no problem. So
there you go. You get your fucking New York.
That's exactly right. I was like, I get to go to New York. I'm flying into Buffalo.
Yeah, that's ironically the New York that I would go to.
Buffalo area? Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
it's more close to Pennsylvania.
New York City.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You can have this city in New York. You can fucking have that. Fucking God, that's what you should do. October?
October's when?
When's the bachelor party?
February.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
God, I was gonna say, you know what's the best fucking bachelor party you could probably ever have? If you're going to fucking Buffalo, just go to a Bills tailgate. Fucking watching people jump through fucking tables.
Mm-hmm.
Just, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A Bills Raiders game? Tell them to do it January.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch your team get blown the fuck out.
Yeah, and
We're
still
fucking
have
coming in.
Also fight
Oh,
everyone
that'd be
like we won.
playoffs, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won't be there.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Ugh.
All right. Let's wrap this
All right.
up.
All right, kids. Remember to, I don't know.
Thanksgiving's in a couple weeks. Turkey
Yeah,
time.
remember to start fucking pumping those turkeys.
Yeah, be thankful for
Start brining now.
for all the money you don't have.
Yeah.
Start brining now. All
Yeah.
right.
This is a 3-week brine.
That's-
That's fucking slimy.
Yeah, God. Then let it out to dry for like a week and a half. It's like turkey
Get that
jerky.
rubbery film over the skin.
Just slipping, trying to cut it. Oh my God. Is that fur on your turkey?
Just sounds like a wet Nerf ball.
Yeah.
Just sliding. So slippery, the knife can't even get into it.
Just people chewing it too. Just it's fucking rubber. Oh God. This tastes like a foot. All right, we're out of here. Bye-bye.